Hey guys, what is up? Got another tutorial for you guys today. Today is the Red Hood Outlaw mask version 2. This one is an actual tutorial. My other one's more of kind of an overview or a review of how I built it. This one's actually step by step and I'm building it so you guys get a little more idea of how it goes together. The original concept for this mask was done by the Villainous Prop Shop as a 3D print, and that's what I based this design off of, so all the credit goes for them for the actual design. I just made the templates for foam. Yeah, let's see how we do it. Alright, let's get started putting this thing together. As you can tell, I've already gotten half of it mostly done with the undercuts and the underburns, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We'll start with the chin piece here. This line right here is a V-groove undercut or an underburn if you have a wood burner. And just like I've done in the past, just go about halfway through, 3-4 times. While it's still hot, fold it over. And it'll melt the foam together, having it stay. Now we're going to do the cheek. And I did this one in two parts, kind of. I do the upper line with a few passes. Careful not to burn yourself while you're doing this. And then we'll do the lower part. And if by chance you don't get it closed in time and it doesn't stick itself, you can always apply some contact cement and it will, you can just glue it shut. Okay, got that. I did forget to mention, you'll see on the patterns, these V marks indicate the inward angle cut. So for this main piece, you'll cut the top line in an inward angle cut and the bottom line here in an inward angle cut. While we've got this piece here, I'm going to go ahead and use the wood burner to notch out these holes here on the side. And all I'm doing is just poking it through until I see just a single little dot on the other side. Like that, and then just connect the dots on the inside and it should pretty much just fall right on out. Another way you can do this is to use a Dremel. It's all personal preference. Let's go through and clean up the circle. And we'll do the same for the smaller one. Just like that. Set this one off to the side for now. I've already heated this up and kind of bent it into shape. For this pattern, it is just half of it. So what I've done on the foam is I've made it all one piece just by basically adjoining them here at the center, flipping it over and tracing it into one continuous piece. Now for the eye, it's kind of tricky. There's just such a small gap right there. And then on this side, this upper eyelid is an underburn. Like that. And then for these other lines, they're just straight undercuts, which you'll just cut halfway through the foam. Make sure you don't cut all the way through. Oh, and I did forget to mention I am using 6mm foam for this. You could use either 5 or 4mm craft foam. It's all up to you. Whenever I make my single undercuts, I like to go ahead and just push them on out. Excuse me. Alright, now we've got our undercuts done. We're going to take our heat gun and heat up the pieces and kind of push them into place. So we'll go and do that real quick. Touch base on real quick is on this main piece here where you've done this undercut. When you apply your heat, you want to try to kind of fold that in so that way you get that nice dipped in look. Kind of like that. And while you're doing it, you can go ahead and kind of push the front part into shape too. Now we'll go and heat up the rest of it. Go ahead and heat up the eye, and I am basically just making my undercuts a lot bigger and holding this thing, pushing it into shape that I want it to be, pushing in that upper eyelid, the undercut we did earlier, pushing that one out. So when I glue them, it's going to be glued just kind of flat, like that. So it's mostly in shape. We're going to go ahead and use our low temp hot glue to fill in these undercuts. Whenever I do this, I like to pull the cut open so that way I can get that glue all the way down in there. I'll come up here to the lower eyelid and do the same. Just like that. Hold it in place and watch the glue dry. Alright, now that the glue's dry, and you look at the funky looking eye right here. So we're going to fix that by applying contact cement right here on this flat part and right here on the front on the lower part of the eye. Doesn't take a whole lot. Just enough to a couple of good thin coats. And now we're going to watch the glue dry again. Now the glue's dried, and we're going to go ahead and just push these two together. I like to line them up on this side. Just like that. Line up your edges. Push it together. You can kind of push and pull and make it look however you want. Now we're going to use contact cement to join all these half pieces together. We're going to join the eye, that, and then the chin piece, and then we'll put it all together. Alright, so we've got the halves together, and then we're going to put it actually together. I'm going to start with the chin just by applying a couple of thin layers of contact cement on your inward angle cut from earlier. And then you'll do corresponding glue on the corresponding edges. Alright, and here is the mouth part all put together. And the eyes. And now we're just going to glue these two parts together. And what I'm going to do is basically layer them, kind of like that. Just apply the glue right here along this edge and along the inside ledge here. Then glue it together. Okay, and I actually forgot to mention also, when putting this nose bridge together and the chin piece onto this part, I start with the center and work my way out. I'm going to do the same with the mask. I didn't put any hash marks on the mask to the mouth plate because if you put in these lines right here, you can basically use those as your hash marks to make sure everything lines up, as well as the edge to edge, because it should all match up. And that's it. It is all put together, ready for paint and everything. Actually, you know what? It's not. We still have to burn in these lines. So keep your wood burner hot and let's go over these lines and burn them in. Careful not to go all the way through the foam. If you're using 6mm foam, it shouldn't be too hard not to go all the way through. If you're using 4mm foam, you could go all the way through really easy because that stuff is kind of thin. But you just gotta pay attention to what you're doing. And that'll do it for this. Now, if you let go, it kind of sprawls out like that. It's just the foam trying to go back to its original position. If you want to keep it kind of in a closed position, you can apply some heat here on the edges and just kind of hold it together, and that should help. Or once you attach the elastic strap, it should, hold good shape to your face. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, that does it for this video. I hope it was a huge help. I hope you guys liked the video. Again, huge shout out to Villainous Prop Shop for the actual file and the design of the mask. Fantastic work, guys. And here's what it looks like when it's actually kind of worn. The templates for this will be available in my Etsy shop. By the time this video is up, I'm going to try to have links down below. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, just drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer. You guys can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Bad Out of Hell Cosplay. You guys have a great one. And remember, there are no mistakes in cosplay, only battle damage. You guys have a great one.